What's up, everybody? Hope everyone had a good time at the Norfolk Payette Rendezvous that is put on by Superman. It's the second year that Superman put it on. If you don't know who Superman is, you might have to find out who that is. He's got an S on his chest, not a V for Class 5 RAF guy. He's got an S on his chest. So, yeah, they had a great time. Got a lot of good footage, got some drone footage. My Class 5 RAF guy didn't do the Class 5, but that's all right. It's a step up. You gotta feel your Wheaties. Are you willing to swim? Because that's what the consequences are when you do real Class 5. Like, oh, that could swim me. That, and it's a cheese grater too. So today I'm going to talk about the South Fork Gorge, one of the most beautiful and kind of secret places. What's cool is like it is roadside, but it ain't roadside. You only get to see little glimpse of it, and you kind of have to know where to hike in to see where like number 3 is, number 5, and number 6. And since we do Boatsmith, I've filmed a few times, so I know where to hike in for 5 and 6. I kind of know where you go for 3. It's pretty Captain Obvious where the warm up is. That's where Craig's Beach. You can see that. I call that warm up alley. It's about half or 3/4 of a mile, a river. So you can fully see that. But once you kind of get through warm up alley, you don't get to see it. So I was going to try and upload some stuff through StreamYard, which is not being nice. That or my computer, all this AI is so great. It's so great. So we're going to go hillbilly style with Bill's phone. We're going to see how well this works. So it was with me and Alan. I took my friend Alan. So if you can see here, there's my phone. That's the beginning there. I think that's us turning the corner. And of course, my phone now has to download because it ain't one. No technology's wanting to play today. The aliens. I'm out in Mojave where the aliens are, the UFOs, the Spaceport Center. So someone said that we're doing solar panels because of all the UFOs. I kind of like that. I want to hear the full story of that conspiracy theory of why we're doing solar panels for UFOs. That'll be a good one. Why is this taking forever? One, it's an 8-minute video, Bill. But anyway, South Fork Gorge has like 7 or 8 what they call rapids. It's called number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6. Number 1's kind of hard to distinguish. Number 2 is very distinguishable. It's just like little slot you go through. Number 3 you can't miss. It's got what I call the car bumper on the left. You'll see this big rock. The reason I know it is if you ever see any Boatsmith pictures, there's a bunch of people on there. That's for safety. And the reason they're up there for is because when you run number 3, you actually want to go center left, aiming center left, because as soon as you hit the meat, all the water shoves you to the right, and which is also known as the room of doom. I've been stuck for like 2 minutes. I can show you in video if it'll ever come up. Let's see if it did. Did it come up, or is it still buffering? Let's see if I can get it to play. Nope, it's still buffering. So anyway, you got the room of doom. Kabong went in there for like 6 or 7 minutes. We're running the gorge, and I'm looking behind, and boom, he ain't behind me no more. That means you get stuck in the room of doom. And I was like, make sure you have a sea anchor because it can be a pain because there's a pretty big eddy wall in there. It's more than 6 inches. It's probably like a foot or 2. It's a pretty strong eddy wall. It keeps pushing you back in. And so we waited. I think we turned the camera off. We waited so long, but it was like 5 to 7 minutes for him to get out. So you can get stuck in there and could get fun. If it swims you and you get in there, you could lose your boat too. Because like you could go in the room of doom and your boat goes downriver, which is no fun. So that's number 3. Number 4, it looks like a hallway, like a pretty tight hallway. You'll see on the horizon line, it's just like hallways up and it drops. And on 4, on the left side, the wall is like a 45-degree cut or 30-degree cut. And then after 4, I do what's called Beer Alley. It's flat water for like 1/4 to half a mile. Flat water's out. And and then at low water, you want to go extremely far left. I think at high water, you want to go far right. The initial drop is you normally have to go left because you go right, you're going to get pinned in between the two rocks and beach out, which I don't know if you've seen some of my videos or pictures, but I think Mariah and them got stuck for a second in between the two rocks. Well, that fills in and you can go right over that. And then normally you come in left, you hit the eddy, you go back to the top of the eddy, and you got to get between the rock and the wall on river center and river left. And so that's kind of hard, but at high water, everything's right at number 5. You come in at the very top rock fence instead of doing what the Jesse Fisher flip on the left. Shout out to Jesse. That was awesome. Clean lines or boring lines. They don't make great video. But anyway, you can go right. And then instead of coming back out of that eddy, which is still kind of an eddy-ish at high water, you just go right because it all fills in. And then the big, and I think you can even surf you. It'll surf you a little bit. 5 can surf you. And then 6 is a big hit. And then at super high water, after 6 is like the S turn, what looks like an S. You go left and then right and then left. And that wall at the end of the final left, because you go left, right, left, at the final left, it all wants to shove you to the wall. And they call that number 7. Aaron has pinned against that wall temporarily or got flipped. Someone actually pulled a seatbelt in a creature craft and swam. They went, okay, let's rewind it. They went for a fish count. They wanted to count how many fish. They were being all rambunctious, like, I want to see the fish. I want to see the fish. Well, they got to go see the fish. So, yeah, but that's number 7. Again, it's 1 through 7. They come fairly quick. High water comes really quick. And the way you know you're at number 5, because you'll see, if you see any of my videos, you're like, I'm like, is this 5? Is this 5? Is this 5? Because it's on. 5 will flip you. 5's flipped a creature craft up on side. We had to reflip. I flipped on side in 5 and I had to reflip myself. 5 is on like Donkey Kong. 5 has flipped Jesse. During Boatsmith, it's surfed 1 or 2 boats. I mean, it's the money. It's why you gotta be attentive. Like usually when you run the river, it's like kind of like climbing. Climbing, we call them cruxes, which is the hardest part. So when you hear someone talk about a rapid or 2 or 3 rapids and a 10-mile run, those are the hard ones. That's where you want to pay attention. That's where you want to do research. That's where you want to like get the knowledge. This is where you want to become a YouTube boater, where you look stuff up on YouTube and it's like, who's ran this before and who's got video of it? One cool thing about being a YouTube boater is when I was on the Alsec, a friend of mine's like, this is Last Chance Beach. I go, how do you know that? He goes, I've seen it in video. And remember, video is where the proof is. So leave in comments anything you guys want me to talk about or show video about. I'm trying to get my video to upload. I'm still figuring stuff out. I'm still pushing the blue button. Push the blue button. If anyone remembers that video, and everyone, because when you get on Messenger on the blue thumb thing, now you got these like chats that just come up out of everybody's chatting, like chatterboxes, chat. It's like raft guides, class 5 raft guides to put in. I just saw one of Nathaniel Sims's thing. It was hilarious. And it's just that yap. It's like 2 yip yips here. This is my new one. I learned this from work. We're going to do 2. These are my 2 new yip yips. Yip yip. How was it? It was awesome. Did you have a good time? Yes, it was great. Let's do it again. Okay, let's load the boats. Let's go. These are my 2 yip yips. Yip. I should probably get eyeballs and stick on my GoPro so you can be like, yip. You got to look up the yip yips. It's a Sesame Street thing. They're called yip yips. They're hand puppets. But in the boating world, they're 360 Pro Max cameras on what do you call these mounts? These are my yip yips. Yip. Even the yip has leashes, so that's their tie. That's their formal wear. This is their ties, their leashes. So yip. So anything you want me to talk about, say yip. Comment yip in the comments. Anyway, everyone, remember, it's always class 2, plop and drop until you swim.